Well, Mayor Clayton, how is business?
Come on in, Branden. Can't say I'm glad to see you, but I will offer you a drink. Have a seat.
You must be taking up another profession.
No, just filling in for Norton.
Well, how is business?
Well, it comes and goes. We just a small farm town. We got the farmers come in a couple times a week, general store and get their supplies. Drovers that pass through here about twice a year to drink it up. A little bit, I think between us and the general store, though, we'll survive.
The jailbird finally got out.
That's right, Rankin, and I'm not looking for trouble.
That's different talk than when they sent you off for bank robbery 4 years ago.
Well, maybe I don't like being framed, and I don't need to tell you just how much.
I think you're just plain yellow, Branden. I'm warning you, Branden. Stay out of my path. Stay away from Betty Morgan.
Well, Rankin, I'll stay out of your pay, but as far as Betty's concerned, that don't concern you.
You're gonna hang for this, Branden. You're gonna swing.
They meant to kill me. Rankin reached for it.
Rankin never cleared his holster. The other two were just defending themselves. That's the way I see it. The prison wagon will be here in 3 days, and you'll be taking that ride to Hay City to stand before the hanging judge.
You saw what happened.
I know you believe that Rankin framed you for that bank robbery 4 years ago, and you swore you'd get even.
You know that it was self-defense.
Branden, you're an ex-con that has just killed 3 officers of the law, and you'll be standing before the same judge that sent you up for bank robbery 4 years ago. The same judge that heard you swear that you'd get even. I think you know the outcome.
Yeah, I can remember when they hung a man in territorial prison. I shared the cell next to him a day before they strung him up. I can still see that look in his eyes as the guards came in to take him away, reaching out for help, yet too much pride to wish to scream. He showed no remorse. You know, I thought that was a very brave man up until he took that final walk. Mr. Calm, Mr. Cool, Mr. Collected just broke down and just begged for his life. I could hear a scream from my cell as the guards drug him to the scaffold. They finally got him to the top, got the rope around his neck, and with one quick snap, it was all over. You know, it looks like that man could have just held himself together and just went out with a little respect. But who's to say what we would do unless we be in his shoes? Who are we to judge?
We hired these men to help protect our town against the Colter gang. Now they're headed this way, but there's a way out. If you put on this badge and take on the job as sheriff, you'll walk.
For how long? A week? A month? A year? No, I'll put in my time. I'll take my chances in a court of law.
Why didn't you fight in the war, Branden?
You know why? I spent 4 years in prison for a crime that I didn't commit.
You could have got out. The South was running low on strength. The prison was releasing men to fight. I went to the territorial prison where you were serving to ask for your help, but you refused.
I wanted to serve my time and get out, not get out and then go back and serve it.
Sherman marched right through this town, destroying everything in its path, and you hid behind the bars, too yellow to fight. It's the way I see it.
Fight for what? A town that tried to string me up? And they would have too if it weren't for you. Now, I owe you that much. And I made it up to you today. Today, I'll let you bring me in without a fight.
You're a yeller, Branden. All the way through. Get on out of here.
Stone, how did you get into this?
We're a small town and can't afford an undertaker. But I believe it's the Lord's will that these men get a decent burial.
Well, they gave me no choice.
Eyewitnesses, these young men. They refuse to believe that Christ died on the cross for our sins. Therefore, it is impossible for them to be accepted. I am not the judge, but yet as I fear that their souls roast in hell, I pray that this will make me a better witness in the future.
I was headed over to Betty Morgan's farm. I just wanted to stop by and see how you was coming along.
We have worship service every Sunday morning at 10 a.m., Branden. You're welcome to come.
Thank you, Reverend. Betty, I was hoping to see the both of you. I'm just sorry that things didn't work out that way.
Frank was in love with me long before I married Frank. He framed you and Frank for that bank robbery, just to get Frank out of the way.
Well, that's the way I saw it.
And you and Frank was in prison. He just wouldn't leave me alone.
It won't bother you anymore, Betty. By the way, what happened to the bank money?
Who cares? It's no good now. It's Confederate.
Frank was a very brave man. When he left prison to fight in the war, he made me promise one thing. That if things went bad and he didn't make it back, that I'd help you with the farm work.
Why didn't you fight in the war?
In prison, I had a good left hook, and the bad learned to stay out of my way. Heard stories about malaria, gangrene, eating with the arms and legs. I felt confinement behind those bars.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I did, though. I just didn't have gratification of having fought. On the way back, I ran into Percy Sledge. Both legs cut off above the knees and gangrene still eating away. I forgot about self-gratification. I'm just glad to be alive. I remember this man in prison. He wasn't respected as a man. Not in prison anyway. He left to fight in the war. He made quite a soldier from what I hear. I realize that people have courage in different ways.
I'll fix your place on the couch.
Thank you, Betty, but I'll sleep in the barn. There'll be enough talk as it is.
Jim, when the tide goes down, it's good fishing.
Yeah, I see a lot of future in this town. I just feel it's good farming country around here. And I just feel that a person can survive off fishing alone. During the summer anyway.
Good grading cattle, too.
Yeah, I want to talk to Mayor Clayton tomorrow. I'm just curious to see how he came out in Hayes City. I just don't think they're going to support him. Betty, you've been working too hard. Let me take this.
Jim, I need for you to hook up Red and Brownie to the buckboard. I need some supplies at town.
Well, I'm planning on stopping by the saloon to talk to Mayor Clayton.
Don't stay too long.
Mayor Clayton, how was your trip?
Branden, what brings you into town?
I just came in for supplies.
Where's Norton?
He's down at the store. He wanted me to sit in for him until he got back. Well, how did you come out?
Well, the judge in Hayes City has refused help. Said he's short on men. Couldn't send deputies. Unless there was proof Colter was in the area. Now, he did offer refuge in Hayes City.
Well, I guess that's as fair as it can be under the circumstances. You know, you got time. You have to think about getting women and children out of here.
Branden, what we need's our own lawman. Judging by the way you handled yourself against those men in the bar, you'd be the man for the job. Once you set your mind to something, there's no turning back. You could stand up against Colter.
Even so, I couldn't stand up against the rest of that gang. Most of the men capable of fighting this town died in the war.
Well, I'm going to call a town meeting, Branden, and I expect you to be there.
Betty, it's hot out there.
Jim, you should take a break.
Thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. You know, Betty, we're going to have to make up our minds. We're going to stand up to Colter, or we're going to move out. What are we going to do?
You'll have to have some time to think about it.
Well, Betty, time is running out. Okay.
Come on in, Branden. Let's get on with the meeting.
If it's all that's coming,
Well, Reverend Stone's on sick call. He agreed to support us on any decision we needed to make.
Well, what about Norton?
You can't depend on Norton. I can't keep him on the job half the time. Okay, let's get down to business. I've talked to the judge in Hays City. He refuses help, but he did give me the legal authority to appoint as many deputies as needed, and also offered refuge in Hays City.
Well, are you sure they're coming, or is this just talk?
Oh, they're coming. I'm a businessman, and I can tell by the talk. And that's the same kind of talk that I heard when they cleaned out El Cater. I don't know that some of the people that come through this store are not part of the gang. There's some strange people that come through there.
I've heard about this man Colter when I was in prison, and he is that bad. My advice to you is get your women and children and leave. There's not enough of us to stand them off.
Branden, us men fought in the war while you were taking refuge behind prison bars. Now, if you want to turn tail and leave, just go ahead. But no man ain't running me off of my land.
Let's face up to what we're against. Colter's a crazy man. He likes killing. He'll come into town, take our supplies, and rob us. And if we don't stop him, he'll use our women.
Look, all of you got legal claims to your land, and it'll stand up in a court of law long after this gang is gone. My advice to each and every one of you is get your families and get out of here.
Branden, I think you're just plain yellow through and through. This time you're even using the women and children as an excuse. But nobody's forcing you to stay. But as I said before, no man's running me off of my land.
Well, there ain't more families that live in this valley that are not accounted for. Now, I don't feel it's fair for us to decide for them just because they're not here.
Well, Branden, I'm going to have a talk with each and every one of them.
You know, Betty, we got in a good day's work. I'd like to get the rest of that acre of corn in by the end of the week.
Mayor Clayton. McCord, get you a glass there, pour you a drink, have a seat. McCord, what brings you into town?
I hear you need a sheriff.
Well, I heard about you gunning a man down in Santa Cruz. Are you interested in being a lawman? Are you out to build a reputation as a gunslinger?
Well, I want the job. Nobody else wants it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have to sleep on this a couple days and give it a little thought. I'll let you know something in a couple days.
Betty, I'll take that.
Mayor Clayton came by earlier. Told him to see you in town.
Okay, I'll go have a talk with him and see what he wants.
have a seat. Branden, judging from the way you handled yourself in the saloon when you first rode into town, you'd make a good lawman. As good as they are.
The point is, I'm interested in farming. I love to hear the roosters crow. Get up in the morning time to watch the sun rise. I enjoy working in the fields and just watching things grow. I'm not interested in being a lawman.
I just got word that the Colter gang killed the sheriff and 2 of his deputies in Red Rock. Now they'll hold up there till the rest of the gang gets there. Then they'll be heading this way.
Well, that gives everybody time to get out.
You know they're not going to do that, Branden. Branden, you're our only hope. You're the only man capable of standing up against the Colter gang. You're our only hope.
I never could hold a steady hand. If I had to depend on a gun to put food on the table, I'd go hungry. That's why I rely on farming. These 3 men I killed in the saloon, they were shot at close range.
It's just like a lynch mob. It don't take but 1 man to light the fuse. You could light that fuse as sheriff, and you won't stand alone.
Betty, I realize that if a man is a man, he's got to do what he believes to be right. I understand these farmers. They've got pride. They've got respect. They can't run out on this and live with themselves. Yet I feel that they should put the safety of the families first. Yet I've thought it over. I want you to know that I'm going to stand behind all of it. And whatever y'all decide to do. I'm not running you out on it. I'm not running you out.
Colter, what do you want?
Where's Clayton, your mayor?
Why do you ask?
When they killed him, I swore that I would kill any man that reported me to Hays City officials.
He's out of town, the same place you need to be.
Your problem is, Sheriff, you've lived too long. I'm coming back, and I'll kill any man that picks up this badge. Do y'all hear that out there?
I can't stay long. I got some bad news to tell you. I just got in town in time to find out that Colter has killed our sheriff. He's gone now, but he's threatened to kill anybody that picks up the badge. He forced him into a gunfight. He didn't stand a chance. I'm trying to round up enough of men right now to stand up against him. He's gone into Red Rock to get his gang, but he'll be coming back. Branden, I just wanted you to know, now I gotta be on my way, but I just wanted you to know.
So he's in Red Rock. Well, that's a good place for him to stay.
I see you beat me here.
You shouldn't have shot that sheriff, Colter.
That's just one more dead man when we hit that farm. Bartender, give me a bottle.
We don't need that farm town. We have hay sitting long on us now, and only have so much time to make it to state line.
We're going to need help when we hit the bank across the state line. The rest of the gang will have to follow us. Hay City Lawman will be after us.
I guess you'll be going into town.
That's right, Betty. I've got no choice. Colter's came in, he's killed a sheriff. The only man that he thought could stand up to him. Now he's coming back with his gang, and we're going to be open prey because we're 60 miles from nowhere. This Colter, he's mean and crazy, and he likes killing. He'll come in here, he'll kill everybody he can. He'll use our women. He'll take what we have, and then he's going to head for the state line. I don't think the rest of that gang really wants that. But when they get Hay City officials behind them, they've got no choice but to follow him. But when they get into Red Rock and get liquored up, they're not going to have any conscience. They're going to come straight this way. But if I can stop Colter before they get there, maybe, just maybe, they're...
Jim, take care of yourself.
You know how mean those men get when they get all liquored up. You know what they'll do to the women.
Don't know about you. Planning on taking one with me. Long ride across those mountains.
You're sick, Colter. You're sick.
We are here to pay our respect to the young sheriff that died in the line of duty. I didn't get a chance to witness to him. I don't know if he was saved or not, but yet I feel the conviction to witness to you. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in the Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. I dedicate this passage to the young man that died, and I hope that someday we'll see him in heaven.
Branden, Reno Smith, the gunfighter's been hired to kill you. He wants you to meet him over at the saloon.
Who hired him?
Rankin's brother.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Reno, the man that owns this place wants you out of here. And you're going to have to leave.
Good work, Sheriff.
Branden, that was a good day's work. The men are willing to fight.
I realize that we can depend on Reverend Stone, but there weren't but 4 of us at that meeting. What makes you so sure that you can depend on anyone else?
The men were looking for a leader. They found it in you. At the town meeting, it was your idea to lead. Run's a better word for it. If you'd have said, let's stand up and fight, these men would have been right with you.
Even so, we'll take a heavy loss. No, Colter's got to be stopped before he gets into town.
How's that, Branden?
The way I see it, Colter's waiting on his gang in Red Rock. Now, if I can stop him before his gang gets there, chances are, without a leader, they'll never come this way. And even if they do, they won't be near as strong.
You haven't a chance, Branden. Colter's fast. Fast on the draw. Maybe faster than you. You won't get in close on him. That's right, Branden. Every man you shot's been at close range. You said yourself you can't hold a steady hand. Well, Colter can. You won't get in close on him.
This man has got to be stopped.
Then stay in town and fight with us. We'll all stick together.
Well, I think that I got a chance. Now, if you'll come on out back, I'll show you what I mean. Take a look at that target. I hit it from over 40 paces.
Branden, you missed the whole target.
Walk up that tree and see where it hit.
Right between the eyes. But Branden, you missed everything twice. Colter, he ain't gonna miss.
Well, you can say what you want to, but there's no substitute for a fast gun. Colter has got to rely on me missing him.
Branden, you're gonna die.
Well, everybody's going to die.
Branden, we appreciate what you're doing for the town, but we'll be ready for Colter if he comes in.
Jim Branden's coming to town, and he's coming after you.
Good. I want to get him out of the way now.
He's killed 3 people.
Yeah, but they were all at close range. He's not going to get close to me.
Colter, I'm Jim Branden from that farm town down the road. As you can see, I'm wearing the badge.
I've been waiting on you, Branden. I've been looking forward to killing you.
Colter, I just want you to know that I'm standing in between you and that farm town down the road. You're going to have to go through me to get there.
Your problem is, Branden, you've lived too long.
I don't want your town, Branden, and I don't think the rest do either. I can stop it.
Well, how do I know that you're on the level? What if you can't stop it? Who's to say that you won't turn on it?
If I can't, your place is with your people to defend your town, not here.
I just got word that Branden stopped Colter at Red Rock, and I don't know if he made it out of town or not.
Well, even if he makes it out of town, he can be killed along the trail. No, it's Branden rides across that bridge instead of Colter's gang. But we gotta be ready. We're going to have law and order in this town because we got a man to enforce it.
Yeah, you got a long ride. Daddy, I just want you to know, I'm going to stick to farming. This gun is going to go.
Now, we're going to do some real farming.